Hi! Today is day 3 of reviewing Disney Plus movies. Today is The Adventures of Huck Finn. This movie has a lot of stuff. It's rated like PG, and honestly, I think if it came out now, it probably would not be. At one point, Huck, a child, smokes a pipe. Huck's father is terrifying. There's not super bad language, but it's not like kid language. It's a lot. It was an interesting movie. So the movie started, and Daniel was watching pretty much this whole movie with me. And as soon as the opening credits came up, he went, "That's Frodo," because Elijah Wood was in the movie. He's Huck Finn. So I thought about that for most of the movie. So that was funny. Fun time opening. Huckleberry Finn has a rough life. When it starts, he's living with these two older ladies and they want to civilize him, and he does not want to be civilized. He fights some kid. And then his dad shows up, who's terrifying. Terrible man. He drinks. He's got big mood swings. Huckleberry Finn goes to a tarot card reader man, kind of. Shadow Man-esque, but not like villain. Who's like, yeah, your dad has big mood swings. Like, yeah, Huckleberry Finn knows that. So his dad shows up. His dad kidnaps him to get the $600 that his dead mom left him. And then he's like, but you have to be a legal adult. And then he realizes that he, the father, the drunk, angry, crazy man, could just kill Huckleberry Finn, and then he's the next of kin. So he'll get the money. So that's fun. Huckleberry Finn fakes his own death the next day. He shoots a wild hog, boar, pig, and like drags the blood all around the house, makes it look like something happened, and he leaves, which honestly, for his circumstances, not a bad plan. So he escapes. And then he encounters this slave named Jim, who's run away. He knows the slave. Jim is really nice. I like Jim. Don't know how much I like Huckleberry Finn most of the time, but like he has his moments. They run away together. People think that Jim killed Huck Finn because Jim disappeared right after Huck Finn died, when really Jim was just running away because he had the opportunity, because his owner was going to sell him away from his wife and children. And he was not okay with that, which makes sense. So Jim's plan is to sail south until they meet this other river, and then they're going to sail north. Jim will be free. He will make money to buy his family's freedom. So, like, pretty solid plan considering the circumstances. But people are awful. A lot of things happen, including Huck and Jim accidentally joining forces with these two con men. The con men find out about this wealthy man who's died. And this wealthy man has two brothers who live in England. So they pretend to be the brothers. One of them pretends to be deaf, and one of them is like a reverend. And they fake it pretty well. Huck Finn is their little servant boy apprentice kid. And then they pretend that Jim is a man that they got from another country. And he just speaks in clicks. But then they decide by the second day that that's not convincing. So they just have Jim wait on the boat. Huck goes to find Jim. People have captured Jim because there's a reward of like $400 out for him because he's a runaway slave. So he's in jail. But Huck Finn is smart. You should watch to see what he does. But basically, he gets him free. And then Jim and Huck Finn are running away. Oh, also, the real brothers show up. And they have like a battle of the brothers to figure out who the real ones are. And they go dig up the dead body that's buried. There's this whole thing with gold where that's why the brothers pretended that they were the brothers, because they wanted the gold. So they were left the gold, but the fake brothers gave it to the sisters, like the dead man's wife and daughters, so sisters. They gave it back, and then they were gonna like steal it and run away, basically. Huck Finn hid it in the coffin. So when they dug up the coffin, they found the gold. Huck Finn and Jim are running away, running, and people are coming after them with guns, like a child and a man who just wants to be free with his family. They're just coming after him with guns, and they shoot Huck Finn, but Huck pretends that he didn't get shot. He's like, "Oh no, I just tripped," but then he can't run. So Jim comes back and scoops him up. And it's so sweet. And Huck Finn is like, "No, Jim, go. We'll die, blah, 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 blah." And he's like, "I don't care. I don't care, Huck. You're my only true friend." And it's so sweet, especially considering, like, they almost betrayed each other multiple times, but we figured out we're loyal. So that's good. So they're caught. They're about to die because they take Jim because they're bad. Ish. And then this lady shows up with a gun. A lady shows up and is like, if Huck Finn don't that boy, and if he was helping that slave, there's got to be a reason. So they let him go. And then you find out, this is like a big spoiler. So if you want to watch this movie, maybe skip this part. The lady who owns Jim felt so bad about almost selling Jim away from his family that in her will, because she died, she freed Jim. It was so great. It was wonderful. I love Jim too, sometimes. Yeah, anyway, he's free. And then the family that Huck Finn helped gave him $500. Huck Finn has no use for money, so he gives it to Jim, and Jim can buy his family, so they're free. So it was a great ending. I'm very proud of Huck. Oh, he gets the money from the Wilkes brothers, who are the real brothers, not the fake conman people. So, and then the widow lady that Huck had been living with is like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna adopt Huck Finn." So Huck Finn runs away again. So he's running over a field, and the movie ends. Daniel gave this movie a 6 with no comments, just a 6. I gave the plot a 5 and the characters a 6. Overall, I gave it a 5. It felt long, but apparently everything just feels long to me. It was good. I liked it. I, again, don't know that I would, like, actively watch it again. But it was fun. Like, and I would tell other people it's a good movie. Mediumly good movie. Yeah. So that was day 3. The Adventures of Huck Finn. Pretty decent movie. I'm going to think of a joke. If you've been to Disney World, you've probably been to the Monsters, Inc. laugh floor. And I'm going to tell you a joke from there because it's one of my favorites. How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. I think it's funny. Preschoolers think it's funny. I don't know if they get it or if they just laugh, but it's a funny joke. Okay. Thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.